Always a pleasure having you join us. We are aware that you might have missed some of our stories. The New Times News Weekly Review brings to you 5 stories that trended the most throughout the week. I am Lavi Mutangachru. Intelligence chiefs from Rwanda and Burundi this week held a high-level meeting to discuss the strained relations between the two countries. The meeting that took place at Nemba one-stop border post in Bugesera district was facilitated by the commander of the expanded joint verification mechanism, a regional military framework under the International Conference on the Great Lakes region. After the meeting, the commander told delegates that he was delighted with the results both sides achieved at the end of their discussions, adding that the meeting led to both countries' commitment to work for the return of security at their common borders. Diplomatic relations between Rwanda and Burundi deteriorated in 2015 after the late President Pierre Nkurunziza was re-elected for a controversial third term for presidency. Now, in other news, 493 Burundian refugees living in Rwanda were this week repatriated to their home country after they had previously requested for it. They were all transported by buses from Mahama refugee camp in Kirehe district and were handed over to the Burundian authorities at Nemba one-stop border post in Bugesera district. Many of them who spoke to the New Times at the occasion said that they were happy to return to their home country after 5 years in refuge and thanked Rwanda for taking care of them during that period. So far, UNHCR registered 1,800 Burundian refugees who wish to be repatriated of the total close to 72,000 Burundian refugees currently living in Rwanda. Now, as we proceed, Rwanda on Friday rolled out a home-based care for COVID-19 patients following a spike in daily cases registered in the country. The system will therefore ensure patients with mild cases and are out of the high-risk population are isolated at home until they test negative to the virus. According to RBC, community health workers will be responsible for educating the affected households on home-based isolation, care, and infection prevention and control. Now, in other news, a cabinet meeting held this week, among others, resolved to bring forward the curfew hours to 7 p.m. through 5 a.m. in bid to curb the spread of COVID-19 in the country. Previously, the curfew began at 9 p.m. and ended at 5 a.m. Up-country travel by public transport has also been prohibited, but people using private means will be allowed to go. Since mid-March, Rwanda confirmed over 3,700 COVID-19 cases, of whom over 1,800 have already recovered. As of Saturday, the COVID-19 death toll was at 16 people since outbreak in mid-March. Now, as we wind up in sports news, Jacques Tuyisenge this week parted ways with Petro Atletico on mutual agreement after just 1 year with the Angolan side. The former police keeper has been widely linked with the move to local giants APR, but Times Sport also understands that Tanzania champion Simba and Gor Mahia are also interested in the player. Well, this marks the end of this week's New Times News Weekly Review. We hope you've enjoyed. And of course, this is just a review. For more details on these stories and many others, visit newtimes.co.rw. I am Lavi Mutangachru. See you next week.